Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Yalun. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome in, welcome in. Immediately hydrate. I mean, I did refill my water before this, so I guess I can take a big sip, but thanks. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. We're so back. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What? Really? Since when? Huh? Really? Since when? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. I had no idea. 24 points left. Love being broke. I mean, now you have plenty of time to get your points back up, man. It's all good. How am I feeling? I'm feeling away. Better than I was, I will say. Let me actually open up a map before I get into this so that I'm not just yapping on the loading screen. That's the whole point of this, you know? We're supposed to have something to keep the eyes busy while yapping. But anyways, I'm okay. I could be much better, but I'm alright. So if you aren't fully aware of what happened, I'm going to be very brief about it because I really don't want to talk about it or make a big deal of it, really. It's just kind of thing that happened. Oh. I think I got another subscriber or something because it's saying I met a sub goal. Okay. Sure. Thanks, Twitch. Where was I? Right. I'm only going to talk a little bit about what happened because I don't really want to make a big deal out of it. It's kind of nothing. But, like, long story short, I lost my patience during the last Pokemon stream I did. A lot of things were kind of compounding that day. So it was kind of like just many things happen at once. Game audio's a bit loud? Okay, I fix. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for telling me. I prefer the game audio being a little bit louder, but I'll turn it down a tad. I think here is good. It's like dancing in the green and flirting with the yellow. My mic audio, is that being funky? Kind of. I never know. Why are you like this, Mike? Please. I'm like really up close to it. I don't know why it's acting like this. Honestly, I did hear that like Windows updates and things were starting to get kind of nasty lately. So maybe that's what's happening. Microphone, please. You need to take someone out back to the Outback Steakhouse. That probably would have been needed in the moment, but it is okay. Thank you, Miss Charlotte, for the offer. But no, I had been warning a lot about backseaters, and I'd been warning people to be careful with, like, leaks and stuff, particularly with Pokemon, because Pokemon means a lot to me, and I initially was unsure about streaming the new Pokemon game because of the fact it's so important to me. I usually lock myself up. I, like, sequester myself in a cave. I refuse to check the internet while I play Pokemon. And then I emerge, like, 3 or 4 days later after beating the main story, and I'm like, okay, show me all the spoilers and things now. But this was my first time trying to, like, actively play it as it was new, and, like, also trying to stream it. And I know that there are plenty of other people who are also excited about Pokemon. Not just in my community, but also, like, in general. People are like, yeah, new Pokemon! I want to tell streamer everything I know about game. And things like that. And maybe some people like that kind of thing. I don't. And I've always been very open about the fact that I do not really care for spoilers when I'm trying to experience something for the first time. But a lot of other things had been compounding. I had been having tech issues that day. I had been kind of like dealing with other stuff on the externals with, as you guys know, I've been having issues with 2.0. So I was dealing with 2.0 external struggles. I was dealing with the fact that it was the anniversary of Onimama's passing during that time frame, so I was kind of having that stuff going on. Basically, it was a perfect cocktail of disaster, so that when people didn't listen, and when people started thinking they could be cheeky by being like, oh, she doesn't know what's happening, I was like, you know what? I don't think I need this kind of attitude. And I crashed out a little. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not necessarily because of the cheekiness or because of how certain people were acting in chat. It was truly just a perfect recipe of a bunch of external factors and then a bunch of the internal, so that like the tiniest little things were starting to set me off in a lot of ways. I crashed out. And I do kind of regret it. I feel justified because I had warned people multiple times, and I had already been quite liberal with like deleting and like timing people out before because of how sensitive I was being to all of the stuff that was happening. But it was compounding so much because this wasn't even necessarily like random people coming in, because I still had a setting on my chat that was like, you have to be subscribed for 12 hours before you can speak. Because I didn't want new people coming in thinking they could be funny and leaking shit, right? So it's the fact that these were like longer term viewers that were like saying things and making those remarks. I was like, you should know better. I've been active for now 2 years. As Miss Charlotte Suzu would say, where is your home training? Like, come on now. And I don't know how much more clear I can be when it comes to my distaste for that kind of behavior. And it's making it harder for me to want to game. So I crashed out. I decided I needed a hiatus in general. Like, I was already going to take like 1 or 2 days off after the crash out, but I kind of was like, no, I need longer. And I've been doing a lot of thinking, TM, about how to approach it going forward. Because this isn't the first time that I've had to crash out over people giving spoilers, because this has also been happening with Chrono Trigger. And I've just been doing a lot of thinking, and I've kind of reached this point of like, maybe I should stop playing story games. Not like full stop, mind you, but I think I need to stop playing like RPGs specifically. Because it's not working out, brother. So I do think I'm going to be taking a big step away from story-heavy games, which does suck, because that's something that I love to play. It's one of my preferred genres. But, like, if we can't handle having the nice thing, it's gotta be taken away. I have to be better at showing, like, direct consequences of actions. So I will probably not really be doing many story-heavy games. And I probably will mostly avoid RPGs. Mostly. Is kind of the conclusion I came to. I think, like, one of the only times that you could really catch me playing a game that has a story is if it's one of my, like, indie game... I was about to call them slop. They're not really slop. But, like, I think the only time I can really get away with playing a story-heavy game is if it's for something that, like, nobody knows about, which is usually what happens when I play, like, indie games and stuff. Like, my comfy, simplistic games that have story to them. I think that might be the only time I could get away with playing a story-heavy game, because usually you guys won't have played those. So I won't have to worry. Also, Chewy, thank you for the resub. Thank you. A Tragedy Zillia just came out too. Yeah. Considering how rough at times it was for starting Graces, and Graces had been a game I had never played, so that one was really frustrating to me because I had people like basically telling me to min-max it, and I was like, brother, this is my first time playing video game. Leave me alone. Let me be. But yeah, I probably will not play Zillia. Unfortunately. I had wanted to, but actions, consequences, you know? It's also why I took away Pokemon too. I've been playing Pokemon completely offline during my break. I have beat the main story of Pokemon now, so I've reached that point where I don't really give as much of a frick. I beat it, how many days ago now? 5? I think. Yeah. I'm still working on post-game, so I haven't finished the post-game stuff. I know there's like 1 or 2 extra missions in the post-game. Currently I'm working on the Pokedex. I have 215 out of 230, so I just have 15 more Pokemon to get. Or maybe 14? I don't remember. Something like that. So I'm doing good there. I need to trade to complete Pokemon? I've got you. Literally hit me up anytime and I will trade whoever you need to trade. I sat and did a bunch of trading with my friend last night, so that's how I got all the trade evos, but let me know. I can even just trade you the evolved ones I have so you can get them registered in your decks and then send it back or whatever. I've got you. Yeah, my trade evos are done. There's a couple like stone evos I have to do, and I'm working on getting Umbreon. I got Espeon yesterday, so I have to just get Umbreon, and then I have all the evolutions. But there's like some evos, and then I also haven't managed to catch a Beldum because the catch rate for Beldum is so bad. But other than that, almost done with the decks. I still have to do all of the colorful screws, and then like I said, I know that there's like post-game mission stuff that you get after doing the endgame battle mode a certain number of times. I'm avoiding saying what it directly is because that is spoilers. But that thing. I'm really close though. Missed opportunity to say the catch rate is dumb. Yeah, you know what's dumb? Beldum. It's pissing me off. I ran into 2 and I couldn't catch either one of them. What fucking gives? I have the maxed out catching charm. What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't stay in the ball? It's ass. So I have to frickin' farm for Beldum, I guess. Ian, thank you for resubscribing. And thank you guys for the hype train, I guess. I don't know why I have a hype train. Sure. Does it evolve into Belmart if holding a degree? No, it evolves into Matang. So, like, entirely different name scheme. But yeah, I need to catch the Beldum and evolve it into a Matang because I caught an alpha Metagross. So like I have the big one because you can't breed Pokemon in this game. So I don't really have an easy way to get baby. Also Ditto isn't in the game. So even if I did have the ability to breed, I don't have a Ditto, so I'd be SOL. Yippee! Thank you! Thank you, Saucy Grandpa, for the resub, also, too. Is Shiny Beldum even worth it anymore? I mean... I guess so. I saw a tweet earlier that was like, every shiny Pokemon has value to somebody, even if, like, it's easy to get shinies now compared to before, or whatever. Like, they're still valuable. Saying that shinies don't have value is, like, kind of silly. It pains me that you have to sacrifice part of your identity, but A, I know who'd be mad at, and it's not you, and B, I'm glad you still get to play on your own time. Yeah, that's kind of the bulk of it. A lot of the more story-heavy games I'm just gonna kind of save for myself because I'm tired. And part of why it would always get to me, I think, if you're interested in my own personal character analysis, is because, not to make it about numbers, it's not really, but when my chat is mostly like a lot of regulars and then it comes from inside the house, like the spoilers and the more backseating comments, it gets hard to have to like time people out and like mute people when the chat's already not very active. So it would always kind of bother me internally to have to do it. A lot of times I would just suck it up and do it. But then there would also be times where it's just like, come on. You are a regular. I've seen your name around so many times and yet you are misbehaving. Or why? 3-stream streak? Wowee. Fancy. They should know better. I've been saying. I've been saying this. But like, at the same time, I also know that a lot of the reason why things happen that way is because people are enthused about the thing that I am playing. And they're like, I want to tell you everything I know about it because I want to share this cool thing with you. And that's great. And I understand it. But it's so hard to communicate that I just don't want that. And like, everyone has suggested like everything under the sun, like, oh, have a disclaimer on screen. Or say something like have it pinned in chat every time you stream, or la-da-da-da-da-da. And it like, when I did do that stuff, people made fun of me for that. Like, I'd have viewers being like, oh, guess I gotta be careful about backseating. But you're not even driving a car. And then, like, that kind of thing is so frustrating to me. And then people don't read. And then, it feels like I don't get paid attention to either way. So there are people I need to take to the Outback Steakhouse. Yes. I mean, I think, at least regarding the Pokemon incident, the Pokemon crash out of October 2025, I don't think those people are around anymore. I did a lot of bonking post-stream in my crash out infused state. Bloom their onions. I forget someone proceeding to spoil Wicked Part 2 while having a conversation about how I didn't want anything spoiled. That's always the worst! Like, if you explicitly say, hey, don't spoil this for me, that's where you listen and you choose not to say something. Or if you want to talk about spoilers, like, talk to someone else with the spoilers. Or something. I don't know, man. Like, it feels actively malicious when somebody openly says, hey, I don't want to be spoiled on this thing, and then they spoil the thing. Like, there's only a certain point where you can be forgiving because of somebody's, like, personal excitement. Like, eventually it just reaches a point where it's like, okay, you didn't listen. Why are you not listening? I understand you wanted to share because you love, but it ruins the appeal of self-discovery. Yeah. Like, it's hard because I've also been there. I think I told you guys this back when I was first playing Graces. But I used to be the kind of person who would, like, want to see someone play a game for the first time. But then, if something was happening that I felt was ruining the experience, I'd be so tempted to say something, but instead I would just mind my business. Or I would just stop watching the stream if it was really making me that heated. Because there are a couple times I would watch, like, a streamer or, like, a content creator that I like talk about a thing that I really, really love, and then they'd get something incredibly wrong, and I'd just be like, ugh, because I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. I didn't want to ruin their experience. And so I get it. But some people just don't have that same ability to hold it back, I suppose. I've been there. You guys watching me play Okami or Chrono Trigger or whatever is the equivalent of like me watching a streamer play Symphonia or something. Or like Abyss or Vesperia. I've had those experiences because those are games that I really love. And I know a lot about them. But the solution is to either be quiet and let them experience the thing for themselves or leave the stream. And it's just kind of crazy that there are people out there who can't hold it back. Sometimes there are rare cases where someone is struggling with something that really negatively impacts their experience, but it's easily avoidable or solvable. But boy, are those more rare than people think they are. It's like... But like, then the thing is, you have to be careful because not every streamer wants help with that. I do understand the perspective of like, oh, they're struggling with something that I would know is solvable. But also not everybody has the same level of like puzzle awareness and understanding. I was thinking about this the other day, but I realized that like, unless you grew up playing a game, there are a lot of games that are just like difficult to understand when you're playing blind. Like there are just some games that are very difficult to just innately pick up on. And not everybody wants help necessarily because they want to try and figure it out and like brute force it in XYZ way. But then there's people that are just like, oh, but you could do this in such a much more optimized fashion if you do. But not everybody wants that info, brother. At the very least, I don't. And so I can sympathize if there are other creators that are also like, hey, just, if I ask, then you can help. If I don't, don't. I always wait for the part that I'm enthusiastic about to pass before I start regaling the streamer with excitement. Yeah, I've noticed that some people are also kind of strict about like, ooh, the part coming up is so exciting. Because that's also like, I guess not really a spoiler, but it's the sense of like, you're gonna love this next part, or uh-oh, that part's coming. It's that sort of like, I know more than you, so I know what's coming and you don't attitude that makes some people also be turned off. I am not always that strict. It just depends on the tone that something is delivered in. But tone can also be quite hard to read over the interwebs. Unfortunately. Something reading comprehension is more difficult over the internet because of overall like lowering of literacy, but that's neither here nor there. Clippers, get ready. Oh god, that would kill me. Speaking of, this next part of Voxel game is great. Stop. Oh my god, she's gonna color in the number 8 next. Guys, she doesn't know what color it is. Anyway. But no, games like this are definitely going to be the better option for streaming just because there's literally nothing to it besides color block. And I guess we just need things that are simple. Only point where I understand help is when the streamer goes for 100 streams through the same 2 small areas. I think even then, it's definitely like the streamer's prerogative to choose to like deal with their struggle in their own way. Like, I think the most important thing you can do, if you really think that a streamer needs help, ask if they want it. If they say no, that's when you shut your ass up. And then it's good. Because then you can be quiet and you can let the streamer figure it out. And then maybe later, if they decide that they are still struggling and they don't know what to do, they can be like, okay, chat, help. With like a specific ask for assistance. I feel like that's the easiest solution. You just need to ask, can I give you a hint, or like, do you want help? And then if they say no, as much as it pains you, that's when you shut up. Wait, this layer is pizza? This layer, it could be. It looks like it. It is a mystery. This is actually the lava level, so I think I'm building a volcano again. Or like a lava pit. This is meant to be like a boss dungeon, so I'm guessing this is like the lava pit that they lower their enemies into for evil, nefarious purposes. Lava is just forbidden cheese. So true. You're so right. I don't mean in the I struggle way, I mean in the why should I continue way. But that is extremely rare cases that nearly never happens. True. Right? I don't really know many cases of a person like reaching a point where they can't continue in a game and being like, why should I even play? Like usually that's where you just look up an actual game guide. Or consult chat. If you trust chat. One of the other things is that sometimes you don't even know if you can trust chat. The people who love to give false advice, or like advice that would definitely like cause them to fuck up their progress. I don't think I would necessarily have that problem, but I feel for the streamers that do. Alt F4 to skip this part. I wasn't born yesterday! I would fail this dungeon. Pizza this way would totally get me. Extra melty cheese, and you're just like, where? Oh, this boiling pit? Sign me up. Yeah, she was born today. Just born. I can't joke about that, actually. I could get bonked on several websites. If anyone wants backseating, they will usually say explicitly, what do I do here, chat, or some variation. Usually also followed up with, yes, you can backseat me right now. Yeah, I always say that, like, if I need help, I will explicitly ask, and that usually looks like, okay, guys, what do I do? Help. And I'll, like, say it that directly, versus... There will also be times where I'm, like, wondering out loud to myself if I have a solution, or, like, I'm thinking out solutions out loud. But some people will take that to mean that I am actually asking, and then they try to give advice, and I'm like, hey, no, I'm just wondering out loud to myself. Gotta fill the dead air, so I'm expressing my thoughts out loud. It's not always a ask for help moment. Unless you guys just want me to think in silence for 30 minutes. Welcome back, Bruno. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to dwell on it too long, but basically I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm gonna cut a lot of the more story-heavy games from my stream regimen. If I make content out of any of them, maybe I will convert to doing, like, edited down Let's Plays that I just record on my own, but, like, doubtful. Doubtful. Even Zillia? Yeah, I probably will not stream Zillia. I can't afford it right now anyway, so I wouldn't be able to play it while the hype was going. But, like, I do not plan to stream Zillia, unfortunately. It does make me quite sad, because I like Zillia a lot, but actions must have consequences, and I just think that the ultimate solution is that I can't really do games that are that story heavy, especially games that are like older or like quote unquote retro that are getting remasters or remakes or whatever. I think one of the biggest problems is that when you play a game that's from somebody's childhood or that's like a core memory, it makes them like unable to resist that demon inside of them that's telling them to like spoil everything and info dump. The creature inside of them is like, this is childhood game. I know it like the back of my hand. I must tell streamer. Because I've noticed that's when it happens the most for me, too. About Celia, I just want to say that Jude is a baby. Jude is literally baby. He's one of the younger protagonists for sure. He's my son and also a baby. If anything happened to him, I would destroy everybody in this room. I would make them fall into the melty cheese. There's also people coming in late with the "has she made it to thing X yet?" That's already a spoiler and answering it makes it worse. Oh my god, I know, right? There's like a lot of like little examples that like you wouldn't think are like spoilers or backseating until they happen and you're like, oh, I guess I can see why someone would think of it like that. And then it's worse, I think, if people try to be vague, because it's just like, oh, chat, has she seen the thing? Does she know the truth yet? Like, we get it, dude. You played the game 18 times when you were 6. Like, okay. Flex elsewhere. But, like, I was watching, a stream that another content creator that I really like, did, and he was answering questions about, like, content and things, right? And one of the things he said was that there were like certain games that just don't do as well, and it's usually story-heavy games. And that's something I knew because management drilled that into my brain when I was in Kawaii. They were like, story-heavy games don't do well, and I was like, yep, playing them anyway. But like specifically, one of the things he said was like nostalgic games that are also story-heavy will also attract the worst kinds of backseaters. Because it's always people that are like, oh, I know this game like the back of my hand. I can't believe he doesn't understand exploit 27C. Or like, I can't believe he never played like that kind of stuff. Like, it's always the worst kinds of backseaters come out for like older games. And then if it's an older game that's like that story heavy or whatever, or like there's a lot to it, it's just kind of like, come on, man. Let the person experience it for the first time like you did when you were 6 and you played it for the first time before the other 17 that you did later. How dare you not play the game in the most optimal way? Right, and like, not everyone knows because they didn't grow up with it in the same way. And like, sometimes when you're playing a game blind for the first time, you don't really care about the optimization. You're just kind of exploring it the way that you want to. That was something that in particular like really frustrated me with when I was playing Graces. Because like, I had always wanted to play it, but it was in the era of Tales games that I couldn't access. So I never got to. So I was very excited to finally get to play it, but then there were people who were like, you're missing so many things. You don't know how to play the game. You should be exploring more. You should be touching XYZ thing, and you should be doing this every time you go to a new city. And I'm just like, hello? Don't do that. Like, thanks, but don't do that. I didn't ask. And I think that goes back to how, like, it does seem to mostly be with a lot of, like, older games where that kind of thing happens the most. Because that was also happening to me with Chrono Trigger. There were a couple people who, like, knew a lot about Chrono Trigger, and they needed me to know how much they knew about Chrono Trigger. And I was like, please, if I need help, have a guide. Leave me alone. tried and they wouldn't listen. And that was a fun time to be had by all. I am being sarcastic. I still didn't experience Symphonia. Is it worth it? I love Symphonia. I think it's worth playing at least once if you have any sort of inclination towards it. I also have a full playthrough that I started the week of my debut as a VTuber, and then it went until, I think I stopped in, like, June 2024? July? Somewhere in there. It was a long-running playthrough. Management was very mad at me. But it was worth it. So if you want to see a VTuber who knows a lot about the game play it, I recommend my playthrough. I have a playlist. But no, I do think it's a game worth playing. I like it. Those backseaters are like, I can't believe that the streamer missed this or didn't understand this quote from this scene. Yeah, and then I'm just like, well, consider I'm new here. I'm new here. I don't go here. There's a lot of layers on this one, so it's starting to do the thing where it lags slightly. But that's okay. It's just here for background visual anyways. The ham on this pizza is looking a little funny now. Should I be concerned? Do you like your ham really well done on this in the center and then raw on the outside? Then you're gonna be fine. Then this is the ham for you. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to be pizza. No, it's lava. This is meant to be like a lava pit in a dungeon, but we've been jokingly calling it pizza. The problem there is if someone says first time blind and they are finding 94 secret things in a row, now I don't believe them. Well, like, that's when we go back to the argument of, like, play style, right? Because there are some people who are just naturally good at finding the secrets because they're used to, like, exploring a lot in a video game. So somehow they manage to find the secret stuff because they're, like, poking and prodding everything. Hitomi is one of those players, but that's because Hitomi likes to, like, scour every inch of a dungeon for treasure. She's even more of a loot goblin than I am when it comes to games. So she'll end up finding the secrets and stuff, like, really easily because she's poking and prodding everything in the room. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, story objectives this way? Off I go. And then I will not look. Hitomi would interact with the grass if there's a secret there. Hitomi would interact with the grass even if there's no secret there, just on the off chance that there is a secret. Or that there's, like, a rare item in there. And she's so valid for this. I'm just not that kind of gamer. I prefer going after story and character objectives. I was telling another friend this when I was talking about my experience with Pokemon, but, like, it's very rare for me to oh my god, I love English. To want to keep playing a game after I beat the main story, because I prefer having, like, a narrative objective to the things that I'm doing. So it's like, it's rare that I play a game after finishing it. Like, I don't usually indulge in a post game unless I know there's, like, a story element there. I was talking about it in relation to Pokemon, because, like, right now I'm at the part of the story where there isn't really any story, and I'm just supposed to, like, keep doing it. But I'm still having a good time, and I think that's a testament to how much I like the game. Because it means I'm actually willing to, like, sit through and do that. I'm also not usually one to be, like, a Dex completionist, but ZA makes it easy. And things like that. Yuno follows the arrow. Hitomi runs in all directions but where the arrow points. Hitomi will also end up backwards because of her exploration. We've already told that story. Actually just got abandoned in a horror game because I found some secret that leads to it. Hell yeah. We love a secret bad end. But like, that's the thing. Some people are really good at like playing a game blind and finding all the secrets just because they are gamers who are used to looking for all the secret stuff. And then there's other people, me, who like aren't as concerned with secrets. If I find them, cool. If I don't, I'm just like, all right. It'd be like that sometimes. I don't think secrets are necessary to point out. It's when core gameplay mechanics aren't realized that I might say something. No. You should ask. I don't even like when that kind of thing is said. It's a stacked pizza, very stacked pizza. Weird looking fondue pot. Yeah. Are you open to doing a second run of a game on stream? Like first run off stream, second run to be more like a talk about what happens in the game while you play it? I've never thought about that. Mostly because I'm really kind of bad at like replaying something. Or like re-experiencing something. I'd have to wait like a decent amount of time between when I finished the thing and when I decided to do the second playthrough. For all accounts, that was technically what Symphonia was. Like, literally one of my first playthroughs as a VTuber was me playing a game that I had already beaten, like, 14 times. The 15th playthrough was on stream. So, like, technically, I have done that before. But it had also been a long time since I had played Symphonia, so it was a refresher in a lot of ways for me, too, because there were a lot of little things that I had forgotten about. Oh, and I get to do the boss room. I'd eat the pizza sludge. I'd also eat the pizza sludge. Pizza soup. That is a thing. Oh, it moves so much faster now that I'm back to, like, one layer. It's always so funny when that happens. I'm just like, ah, this is how the game's supposed to run. So that's how they do it. I've seen some creators be upfront and say it's a game they played and explicitly show things off they thought were fun. Yeah, that was how my Symphonia playthrough was. I was openly like, hey, this is a game I really like. We already have permissions for it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. It makes me happy. And then I openly stated that I would probably be info dumping about the game. And I did. I info dumped about a lot of stuff because Symphonia is a game that I have played a lot. And so that was definitely like the overall tone of that playthrough was intended to be like, hey, this is something I really like that I think is neat. I will be info dumping a lot about it. This game has bosses. Yeah, the bosses are killing my PC. My PC is the one who has to fight the boss, not me. Graphics rendering. Should probably make this a little bit smaller so that I can actually see the whole board. More of an appreciation run for Symphonia, which was good. Yeah. But that really only works for people who have also already experienced Symphonia, or people who are okay with someone who has played the game 8 million times explaining it to them. Not exactly ideal for someone who wants to, like, see a streamer react to it blind. Did you finish all of your gigs, by the way? If you're talking about my gig work, yesn't. See, they're long-term, so unless they decide to terminate me, I'm gonna be working on them for a while. But I did do some work while I was offline, yes. Not enough to earn a payout, unfortunately. I'm just a little bit short. But, yes, I have been doing stuff. Although, their arbitrary rating system is kicking my ass, so there's a chance I might not be able to work it much longer. So... I don't understand why, because I'm following their instructions. But they're like, hey, here's some feedback. And they have, like, a specific rating that they want you to be so that you're not in danger. And I'm, like, just barely above the cutoff. If I fuck up the next, like, 4 or 5 assignments, they could terminate me. Which would not be ideal, but it also wouldn't be, like, the worst thing ever. I would just be like, maybe if you were more specific about what I was getting wrong, then I could fix it. But the way that their feedback system works is I just see the overall rating and they don't give me any comments about how to fix it, so... Meh. So, like, what am I supposed to do if you can't give me actionable feedback? The YouTube support method of feedback, literally. Speaking of gigs, loved the song. Oh, are you talking about the song that I wrote for Miss Malice Evermore, A Phrase Connect? You guys remember when I mentioned that I had a project I had to work on that had an NDA? It was that one. I literally was so excited that they approached me and I couldn't say anything. So I was just sitting there like... This is so cool, though. It was awesome. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, YouTube people, it's on my community tab. Twitch viewers, I can get you the link in a moment. But I wrote the lyrics for the debut original song of Miss Malice Evermore, Queen of the Hourglass. Yeah. First, well, I guess technically not first corporate commission, because the first time I was writing lyrics was for kawaii songs. But this is my first, non-kawaii commission. So that was cool. That was cool and awesome. I saw your name and I swear I screamed. Aw, that's so sweet. Honestly, I wasn't sure if anybody was gonna catch it. I didn't know how many people would be watching, the debuts. I was so shocked when I saw how many people were there, though, and, like, seeing that many people reacting to a song that I helped work on. I was literally, like, trembling. I was talking to the other girls in Mialoon about it, because they were just like, oh my god, you know, and I was just like, so many people saw it, I'm gonna scream. Very crazy, surreal experience. 4K or something? It was, like 9K. It was like 9K. There were a lot. And the proper upload of the thing is now at like, what, 18K views? I think it's close to 20K. That's a lot. It's a lot of people. Obviously, it's not like I can sit here and be like, I did that. Because a lot of the work certainly goes to Miss Malice and the rest of the team. But it's also just like, whoa, that many people are hearing my lyrics. For Twitch, you could add a portfolio of your work so new people could get to know how awesome you are. I've been thinking about it. Twitch will probably get, like, a lot of that overhaul treatment, once 2.0 is actually ready to go. Like, I'll make everything look a lot cleaner over there. Not that it's not clean right now, but I want to, like, add more stuff and, like, make it better. Just haven't gotten there yet. Haven't gotten there yet. Soon enough, though. Those views all me. That's very sweet. Only 4K when the raid broke. They started at 10 to 11K and held it all 5 debuts. Yeah. They did really good. Very impressive. Oh, thank you for the posture check. I'm already sitting straight, but I will, roll out my neck a little bit. I feel like my neck is the one thing that kind of, like, shrimps. My normal posture is good, but I think sometimes my neck will, like, lean downwards, but it's because of the position of my monitor on my desk. I really need those monitor razors so that it can actually be, like, in front of my head, and I don't have to crane down to look at stuff. Or to the side to look at my other monitor. If I have those razors, I can keep them equal. This is just me complaining. Nah, bro, you carried. 23K? Oh god, that's a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I always feel kind of like it's not really my place to be excited about the views of something. Like, I'm more so happy for Malice. She had a very clear direction for what she wanted for the song, so I think that's, like, most of the reason why I was able to, make it as good as it was. There was a lot I didn't have to change when I made the first draft. There were some things I had to adjust. But she had a very clear vision, and it's always really good when someone you're working with on a commission, knows what they want. So, that was kind of the most epic part of it, was the fact that she had such a clear vision and was able to communicate that to me really well, so I was like, okay, cool. Love that for me. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she was, like, very clear with her instructions. The process was overall very smooth. But yeah. It was still quite surreal. I was just like, whoa. I did that. Also, I will say this too, but like, the version of the song that I was working with was not the finished one. Like, it was like mostly finished because it had the top line and everything, but I didn't hear the like full instrumentation until listening to it premiere with everybody else. Those guitars? Okay. Like, you didn't have to be that sick nasty with it. Holy moly. Sounded so good. Absolute banger. For real. And now it feels like my portfolio has, like, interestingly diverse genres. Even though all of them were, like, composed by the same person, basically. I guess unless you count my song, which was not composed by Ferris, but Ferris is so good at, like, just so many different styles of song. But now I have, like, samples for, like, a ballad, for, like, 2 really poppy songs, and now for, like, a rock song. Me just like, wow. Diversification. Hello, I'm Yuno Hanaki. I am a jack of all trades. I can do anything. Me, literally. I'm just like, please. Writing lyrics is so much fun. You know of the many genres. Looking forward to your folk song next. Honestly, I'd love to write something with like a folk song vibe. Lyrically speaking, the style would be probably similar to Queen of the Hourglass, just because a lot of folk songs tend to be like story driven, point A to point B, and that was the instruction I was given for Queen of the Hourglass. It was just like, tell a story, but also don't make it too much of a story. Like, not just a description of what happens. Let it feel like a song. And folk songs are kind of like that too. Waiting for the Yuno Hanaki country song. That would be pretty funny. Cool song, cool singer, cool instrumental, cool lyrics, cool Oni. We should be complimenting Miss Malice, though, for also being such a cool vampire. Vampires are pretty cool. Very true. I have been saying this. Also, this might have just been me, but when I was watching the MV with everybody and it got to the part where, like, the silly comic was coming in during one of the, like, most intense parts of the song, am I the only one who died seeing Sakana pop up during the, like, really hardcore bridge? I was like, what are you doing here? I do think the MV direction was pretty funny. Probably on purpose. It was kind of awesome. Yeah, that was a very fun project. I am very honored to have been a part of it. I hope that it gets even more views. She deserves it. I do think I might actually open, like, proper commissions at some point now that I have that in my portfolio. Because, like, before it was mostly, like, commissions from when I was in Kawaii, so I was like, I don't know if that really counts for, like, anything. But in my heart, I'm just like, man, I want to write more. And I think the only way to do it is if I just properly advertise myself as having them open, so... You know, Hanaki will probably be opening commissions, on a public basis. Soon TM. I'm not sure when. I do have I have the account to do it. I just haven't properly opened it. Let's go soon. Yeah, exactly. We'll go soon. And then maybe you'll get to hear me in more projects. I say hear me as if I'm gonna be the one singing. Not really. Hear my work, I guess. The words I wrote. You know Hanaki coming to VTubers near you. You know Hanaki is getting into their walls as we speak. Begging them to work on original songs. Please. Your voice through the lyrics, true. It's me, I'm there. I do also sing sample versions of every song that I've written, so if you were to look through my PC, you would find the files of like, me singing, Forevermore and, like, Queen of the Hourglass and all of that stuff. You can find demos of me singing the like, early versions. I always do that so that the vocalists know kind of like how to sing it, because sometimes even if you have like a top line melody that's like the beep boop boop bop beep, it still helps to know how to like enunciate the words. So whenever I am asked to work on lyrics for something, I sing a demo version of it, so that way they kind of know how the timing works. I do that with trans lyrics too. So every time I make trans lyrics for Kaya, I send her a demo of what it's supposed to sound like. There's like a lot of files of songs that I sang only to provide a demo. Demo tracks. Release the Puno cut. Well, see, the problem though is that like the versions that I have are not finished usually, at least if it's of original songs. Because I have the like unfinished versions of the instrumentals that are only there for like my reference. So if you wanted proper Buno cuts, I'd have to go get the official instrumentals. Random VTuber, I might do an original song for a dono goal. Fist with purple painted nails punches through wall. Hi. Literally me. Sticking my foot through the door. Hello, I heard you need lyrics for an original song. Wish we could see more of that behind the scenes process. At least for the Phase project, I did have to sign an NDA, so I couldn't have shown that even if I wanted to. With the other stuff I was doing, it was just kind of understood that it would be secret, so I didn't share anything then either. However, next time Yuno Hanaki is working on an original song, which I do have to do eventually, it was one of my dono goals. Maybe I will showcase more of that process. But that means you would get spoilers. Why is this ceiling so bright blue? I think it's supposed to be water, bud. Maybe after the song releases? True. Pizza Roomin' in the donut hall, Dungeon Maker was hungry. Sometimes it really do be like that. Hearing the steps after release, like art book that includes rejected concept art. Very true. Speaking of rejected concept art, we're going to have that once I can finally debut 2.0. I say rejected, but it was more just like the alternate versions, the what could have beens for Yuno Hanaki. I have been holding on to them specifically so I can showcase them. I was like organizing my files the other day, which is why I was reminded. So I was just like, the classiques. The what could have beens. The U-Nots, if you will. Yes, I have folders of multiple U-Nots, but I guess they're also U-Maybes, because someday I could want to revisit them and be like, hey, Mama, can we add these? And she'll be like, oh, you want to go back to that old art? And I'm just like, listen, you were cooking. It was so hard to not say yes to every idea she pitched. But in the end, I know I could not have afforded a model that had, like, that many alternate hairstyles. I wish and I wish, though. But yeah, I have all of the, like, beginning drawings. Of course, I have the final ones as well. But I have, like, the entire process. I have all of the images saved because I love her, and I wanted to have every crumb of art that she ever drew. I kept it as, like, a relic. I was like, this is for me. I will also show the Damadachi later, but this is for me. Me, I have. God, I'm so excited. I don't want to say anything because I feel that saying things is what caused half the issues I had before. But if at all possible, I would like to try and aim to finally have 2.0 out this month. But I cannot confirm anything. All I can do is say I would like it, but there are a lot of circumstances that will prevent that. Probably. So, it is a I would like to, but there are no promises. So you're just gonna have to deal with Chibi probably for the month. Gee, that'd be neat. No, don't hold me to it, please. There's not a lot I can do. Manifesting hope, please. I need all of the manifestation possible. If anyone knows any cheap Etsy witches, if you know a cheap Etsy witch that could maybe manifest it for me, please let me know. You know, the sole arbiter of everything in the universe, depriving us intentionally. Yeah, I know. I'm purposefully keeping it from you, actually. All of the problems, me. Me and my own doing. Finally beat the final boss of Dragon Quest I of the new remake. Congratulations! I hope you had fun. Hope you had a good time with the game. Out here begging for rituals of good fortune. Yes. I literally, if you know anybody who could have some slight impact on events, please hit me up. Please hit me up. I don't need a fortune teller. I need someone who can cast an actual ritual. Because, like, if it was just a matter of telling fortune, I would just take out my own damn tarot cards. But I need a real ritual. The only Etsy witches I've heard of have ended in curses, so I don't know if I can enlist the service of any witch in good faith. That's part of the joke. I'm saying it because I know of the fact that there have been VTubers who have asked for assistance from Etsy witches and they've gotten cursed. I'll take my chances. Please hit me up. Hey, spellcasters in chat. Any masters of divine intervention, please hit me up. But yeah, progress has been made. I don't mind talking about this. I don't think it really needs to be kept private currently. Progress has been made. I finally saw a whip. But, there are some issues that have arisen. And it required me getting back in contact with my mama to be like, hey, I know you sent the final deliverable a couple months ago, but can you make fixes now? And she was very kind and said yes, but she's very busy currently. Like, this is a busy season for her, so she's not sure when she'll be able to get to it. She just said sometime this month, and I was like, okay, that's fair. Because, I mean, it's fair, because she thought it was done, so why would she expect to have to carve out time, like, 2 months later, 3 months later, to work on the thing that she thought that she had finished? I'm fine. I'm not gonna crash out. I'm fine. Everything's good. commits to it November 30th, I'll literally fall apart. I'll literally fall apart and die, I think. I don't know. But no, I was like, I literally was so frustrated because I was just like, please, this should have been addressed earlier. But there's like parts that have to be adjusted. I'm not gonna get too into the details of it because that's like not really my place to complain about because I don't know much about art and or rigging. So maybe this was stuff that needed to be fixed in general, so who knows, but like, you should have said something in the beginning, because most other people I have looked into have said that they ask for all of their fixes at the beginning before they even start the work. So now it's like everything has to be halted while we wait for the new fixes, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to have to crash out. This happened, like, a couple of days into my hiatus, by the way. I was just like, cool, great, awesome. So remember how I said that there were a lot of things, like, compounding? It was, that was part of it, too. You weren't the one who asked for the fixes? No. It was, Papa needed some things adjusted for the model in order to, like, rig certain things. But it was all things that should have been addressed, or, well, I feel like they should have been addressed sooner. Like, specifically when my mama had been more free and was like, do I need to fix anything? Please let me know. And I was like, I didn't get any feedback, so I don't think so. And now here we are 2-3 months later. And I had to be like, hey, actually, that's just embarrassing for me. Also, when I was getting the message translated, Sora was like, Sora mentioned, but Sora was like, you are kind of lucky that your mama is willing to fix this, because sometimes artists will actually charge you additional money to do fixes after the final deliverable was sent. And I was just like, holds my head. I would have died, I think. Where would I be? So that was fun and cool and fun and cool and fun. It's part of the process, but usually it's at the beginning, not the middle. That's what I mean. There was literally a whole part when I first sent everything over, like, do you need anything fixed? Please tell me so I can inform my artist. And I didn't hear anything, so I assumed that the model was fine. And now here we are, months later. And now my mama's busy and can't work on it. Everything's fine. Thank you, Yuno Mama, for not crashing out and refusing. She was so polite about it. I'm just like, oh my god, you are too nice to me. I would not have blamed her if she was like, I can't. Because I would have just been like, you know, 2.0 coming December 2040. Not 2040! Dude, I can't wait much longer. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go goofy. I'm gonna go I can't do this, dude. I was honestly thinking about just staying on hiatus, like, super long term. Because I'm so frustrated and I just want 2.0 here. And I feel like all of the things that are happening are, like, too out of my control, and it's making me really, like, antsy. It's so, like, this is just a me thing, but, like, I have so many of the new toys, like, ready to use, and the fact that I can't use them because I have to wait has been pissing me off, so I'm just like, I just want to use my toys. I want to use the shiny new things. But I can't. I have to keep them locked in the toy box. Misery. Let the kid play with the toys. Literally me. Maybe he was very busy. I don't know. A lot of this experience has been something. There's like aspects of this that I am choosing not to share. But it's a lot of compounding things. You can play with your new toys after you finish homework. What homework? I don't have homework. That makes it even worse. It's like if you're a kid and you know that you're getting something really cool for Christmas, but you can't play with it until Christmas, so you're just like, man, but I want it now. Dang it, Santa. We can still film with streams even if it's not 2.0. I mean, yeah, you guys can. But part of why I was feeling the way that I was because I was starting to feel like I can't. Luckily, the amount of time that I took away has made me feel a little bit better about going back to streaming. But boy, with how much I was just like frustrated and done with everything, I was just like, I don't know if I want to go back to streaming until I can do 2.0. But also, I know that like taking a break right before something like that also kills you in the algo. So I would have been boned if I really did. I mean, I'm already kind of boned in the algo, but like it gets worse when you're not active for a long period of time. Even somebody like me who has a pretty good, consistent, like, posting record will be punished for taking breaks. So in the end, here I am, just wishing I could play with my toys. Do you know what your gift is? Looks around at 4 controllers, 10 games, and the $200 gift card. I have a hunch. Also, I must stare at this gear when I can't use it. Literally, I have all the peripherals, I just don't have the actual thing. Well, not all of the peripherals. There's, like, a couple more things that I'm waiting on, but, like, the base peripherals are finished. And I'm just like, man, I want to have them in my hands. But it's okay. We'll get through it. The break that I took did feel like enough for me to be okay with streaming for a little while longer. But I'm so ready to have 2.0. This delay has been so much. The game right before the console and you're shaking the box at the sky. Literally! I'm just like, hello, please. And having there be nothing I can do, I'm just like, ugh. And I've been watching so many other people do, like, re-debuts or, like, obviously debuts of new talents because I watched the Phase Saga debuts. But every time I get to see people show off their, like, fancy new stuff and get to, like, showcase themselves in that way, I'm always just like, man, I'm so happy for you. You did such a great job, but also I wish that were me. I wish that were me right now. Ugh. It was like especially bad when it was still October. Now that we're into November, I feel like it'll be easier for me to kind of just grin and bear it. But because my intended debut had been October, I was like so frustrated seeing other people like release stuff and debut things, and I was just like, I wish it was me, but it wasn't me. Unfortunately, it was not me. Hello to this boss room. Heavy frantic breathing, literally. I was just like, please. That's the boss. Yeah, we have the boss. It should have been me, not them. This is where I'd put my Yuno if I had one. Sorry, lost the happy, but the happy's back. Literally me, though. It's truly been so frustrating. Dungeon. There's a way to... Oh, right. Scroll up. There you go. Look. Dungeon. Pretty cool. You even get the big, oh my god. What is it called again? Hold on. I remember. No, I don't. Wyvern. The big wyvern. Building the wyvern was pretty fun. Even though it had a lot of, like, tiny, like, skinny parts. But it was really fun to build. It looks so cool. Another section done. We've got 3 more. Can you believe? We still have so many. I have to go back to the beginning to find the small one. Shuttle, space station, Bison sphere, evil fleet, good fleet, asteroid belt. Okay, looks like we're starting with the asteroid belt. Everyone asks wyvern, but never whatfern. You're so right. How could they do this? Howvern. But yeah, I've just been like really eager to finally have 2.0 in me hands, and it's been a bit hard to go without it. I know that I must. My patience will eventually be rewarded, but it's also so hard. But it is okay. Taking the break at the length that I did was important for my mental health so that I could get like a really good reset in, and it also gave me time to play Pokemon. So I feel better now, and I don't feel as much of that need to like not stream until 2.0. And I have more of a plan. If you haven't seen on my sub account, the TLDR is overall stream quantity is going to be reducing. I hope that's okay. I'm kind of sorry about it. I've already had thoughts about how many things I do want to stream, but I'm going to have limited slots now because I just think I need to do this for my mental health and to kind of like reshift some of my priorities a little. Priority management is a big thing to work on for me, because I think that that will help with the overall weight for 2.0 as well. So the new plan is 4 days a week. There'll be like a 3-day break in the middle, basically. But the plan is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Behold a bunch of rocks. Yeah, this is the asteroid belt. It's even circular. You can wear it around your waist. Like a real belt. But yeah, 4 days a week. Saturday will always be the double stream still, so you'll still get Twitch only on Saturday. That's the public stream, and then you'll also still get members only on Saturday night. So that day will always still be 2 streams. But ordinarily, it'll be 1 stream the other 3 days. So you're still getting like 5 streams, just on 4 days a week. And then I'll be taking a break Tuesday, Wednesday. No, not Tuesday, sorry. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that I can do other stuff like focus on gig work. And I'm also wanting to get more into posting like edited video content. We is me and Hitomi, but we've been discussing making more edited content for the channel. As much as it sucks that YouTube has no monetization, I do still want to make edited content. It's just not going to look like how it initially was gonna. But we're putting plans in motion to make more shorts. And I'm looking into doing like other video type content things as I am able, just to kind of experiment, because taking the 3 days off in a row will also hurt my algorithm. But I want to try and fill the empty time with like uploads if I can. So even if it's only like 1 or 2 shorts in that span of time, at least there'd be something there. Your new channel, technically Hito channel, that red site will let you guys money up. We haven't really thought about that necessarily. It's more just like overall experimentation of like stuff. Getting spaceships from all the media. This is the fleet of the good ships. There's also apparently a section that's going to be dedicated to bad ships. But this is the good fleet. If these are references to actual sci-fi ships, I wouldn't know. Phantom in the Morning, thank you for the resub. And Flora, thank you very much for the follow. You sure not to overwork yourself, thank you. I appreciate it. Also, you don't have the wrench, you need wrench. For those of you who might not remember, Flora was the one who hosted the husbando waifu debate that I was a part of, where I made my video for Limbo. They are super cool. They also, of course, stream and make other content as well. You should give them a follow if you haven't. Chips. The first one with the diskette is Star Trek, and the second one with the 3 sections I'm pretty sure is the Normandy from Mass Effect. Oh, video game references. 2 legs is a wyvern, no legs is a worm, and then dragon because that one is older. Weirigern. I don't know, when I did that level the last time, someone said that it was like an accurate wyvern, so I don't know. I wouldn't know, to be honest. They're up here somewhere. Oh, there's the ships. Up in the air. Okay. But yeah, edited content will hopefully start appearing a bit more. At the very least, we are actively planning shorts. Like, that's kind of like the in the short term, shorts will make a bit of a comeback. Either as like clips. We're debating like actual like shorts series is again. But those do okay, but like the turnover rate's kind of funky with them. It's hard to articulate this unless you understand like algorithms. Nobody truly does, but conversion from shorts does not usually lead to people who will watch streams. You might be more likely if they are stream clips, but it's way less likely if you have like scripted shorts, because scripted shorts people will just be like, oh, it's a little bit from a funny girl, and then they'll just kind of leave. Or they'll only look for the bite-sized pieces. Overall conversion is kind of meh. Don't boo me! I thought that was funny. Is that the Yuno Hanaki Oni Oiran of Mialun? Yes, it is. That's me. I'm back. Oh, sorry, I should do it in the Cousin Kyle voice to truly honor my love of South Park. Hold on. I'm big! There we go. You already know it's affectionate, is it though? Is it really though? Even converting short watchers into long video watchers doesn't seem to work all that much. Yeah, the conversion's terrible. But you're slightly more likely to convert someone if it's like a stream clip, because then they'll be like, oh, if this is what their streams are like, that makes me want to join the chat. So it's really good if you're highlighting like a chat interaction, because that sometimes will encourage people to be like, oh, this is how they banter with their chat. I should go join, or something. I don't know. I pretend to know more than I do. Algos or something. Stream people are more likely to watch shorts than short people to watch streams, simply because one has a more short attention span while the other is already trained to watch long-term content. Very true. Your goal is always supposed to be to find the mythical viewer that will watch everything. But it's hard. Like, figuring out how to target new viewers is always the hardest thing, in my opinion. I am quite happy that I have the amount of regulars that I do. But finding new people is difficult. Okay, nerds, what are these ships? You recognizing them yet? What you're spewing makes sense. I like your funny words, Magic Lady. Thanks. A dictionary dive. Dragon is a word is 700 years old from serpent in Latin. Worm is just Old English for modern worm, and wyvern is like 400 years old from Latin viper. Ah. Well, to be fair, that wyvern was like kind of serpent looking. Not super serpent looking, but serpent-esque. I was going to say serpentine, but I don't know if that was the right word. Verbiage and security. The Black Cube is a Borg ship. Borg ship? Okay. The bottom one is the Trade Federation blockade station from Star Wars. This one? Okay, okay. One thing people need to relearn is if you try to be for everyone, then you are in the end for no one. So true. In the end, showing your personality is always the most important. Whenever we're talking about, like, content stuff in the group chat, I always tell people that, like, yeah, certain things you might be told are, like, not good overall for a channel. But if you're looking for, like, a loyal audience, though, you should do the things that you actually like. Trying to pander on occasion is good, but, like, in the end, you mostly want people who will actually watch stuff you like making and stuff you like doing. Still love that I got rated in one time and I was like, hi, I guess I'm your problem now. And I appreciate it. I like it when people stick around after raids, because that doesn't always happen. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like my content is interesting. The top one looks familiar, but I can't replace it. Or can't place it. I can't read. Top left looks like Ishimura from Dead Space. Well, here are our bad ships. We have a good fleet and a bad fleet now. They're probably gonna be fighting up there. What you doing up here? God, I wish I could scroll up higher. would you make it this tall then? Silly. Anyway, Dyson sphere. Like, weird they placed them so high up. Like, they give me the ability to scroll, but then I can't scroll up to see the whole thing, so it's like, well, that's kind of silly. But maybe it'll, like, spread out and, like, look more full as I build more parts of this area. It could just be a bit weird right now because it's only the high ones. But once it starts filling out, it tends to, like, pull back a lot more for viewership, so maybe. The vacuum cleaner? Yeah, that's what, it's based off of the space thing. I don't actually know. Don't quote me on that. I'm just a girl. Science was my worst subject. Don't laugh at me. Place this down a 100 question chemistry pop quiz exam on Yuno's desk. Nah, I fail. I hand it back to you. I'll take the automatic 0, bro. I'm not doing any of that. I can't do that. I could not. Give me the 0. I'm not doing that. I'd rather get a 0 than look ooped by trying to answer. Give me the, like, 1 bonus point for putting my name on the top right corner, and then leave me be. Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back to you guys, too. I hope you didn't miss me too much. Although I imagine a lot of people saw the going live notification and they were like, who? Who is this? Too late quoting and putting it in the local newspaper. Not the newspaper! It's Jover. Actually, no, it's not Jover. Nobody reads the fucking newspaper anymore. I win! I win! Let's go! We're so back! The last question is answer nothing, get up and say, wow, that was hard, and turn it in. I missed you, Unonium stocks are running low. Stop! Thank you. That's very sweet. It'll be the one chem test Yuno gets a hundo on because it was one of those read the whole thing and hand it in blank tests. Why are there multiple people referencing this idea? Was this really common for you in school? I've never had a situation like that in school in my life. An array of solar panels to absorb all of the energy output of a star to be used for solar system or multi-system civilizations, named after the guy who theorized them. I saw the note if it went, aw yeah, it's Yuno time, and then Yuno'd all over my screen. Did I do that? I don't know if that should be something we should celebrate. I was struggling. I can't live in a cruel Unoless world. Oh, you guys are so sweet. It happened once to me, but my teacher told me he was going to do it because he was trying to teach one student in our AP class a lesson. Oh my god, not the spite towards the one student. That's insane. I don't know if that guy should be a teacher. Don't punish the masses for one kid's shitty actions, dude. That's crazy. nearly killed me, but science easy clap. Nah, I was okay at math. It was like the one logic brain thing that I was able to actually handle. Could not handle science, though. We talked about this the last time I did coloring voxels, though. I, like, did a play-by-play of all the classes I basically took in high school. I managed to be honors or AP in, like, everything except for the science courses, because my science grades were always so bad. You needed to have, like, really good grades in the basic version of the subject before you could move up to honors or to AP. My science grade was never there, so I was always just baby science. My 7th grade teacher did that for the first test week 1, also one of the best teachers I ever had. I mean, I can see the value in it. I don't think I ever had that experience when I was in school. Like, I can never remember a situation where they gave, like, a not real test. Maybe Onigashima schools are just built different. Forcing you to actually take real tests as I'm just like, I mean, especially my chemistry teacher would have never let us get away with that shit. She was a hard ass. Considering that was the one exam I had to still take. When every other exam we were able to get out, like, early. I was just like, this shit sucks. Also, she didn't let us leave early either. If we finished the exam, we had to sit for the entirety of the time that the exam period was going on. We weren't allowed to leave until, like, the literal, like, moment dismissal was supposed to happen. And we were all like, that sucks. Why can't we leave? Cruel evil. I've been saying this. I did not trust that woman. I was just like, how could you do this? Couldn't have gotten out of that class soon enough. And I just barely passed it. I think my score on the exam was okay, and it managed to make my average grade, like, a C. So I was like, we take those. We take those, I'm out. C for satisfactory. Acceptable. See you never. Stuck at work, but Yuno is back. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the welcome back, too, of course. Okay. Wait, go back. I don't know if we like that pronunciation. Wait, go back. Control Z. Ball. This looks like a moon ball. Or like those toys that you give to a dog that are like balls with like netting shape. They literally look just like this. What the hecky? It's a space meatball. Wow. We made an asteroid belt, 2 fleets of ships, and a meatball. Is the sun its own separate thing? I'm surprised the sun wasn't part of the Dyson sphere. I didn't see the sun as an option in the shapes. Where the swass at? Hey, where's the swass? I don't know. High-tech meatball. Your meatballs glow blue? I guess that's why they're high-tech. Oh my god. 31 colors for the space station. Wowee. Imagine that around the sun. It has the gaps to allow sun to hit the planets normally, but harvest everything going high and low. Oh, I see. Kind of like astronomy in classes, but we didn't really get to dwell on astronomy very long when we were doing science. Like, it was part of Earth Space Physical Science, which I took my freshman year. But we only had astronomy for like one section, and I was so pissed off because I was just like, no, I want to learn about the stars. I don't have to care about everything else. Learn about different kinds of rocks. You know what actually rocks? Space. Why is the space station flesh colored? Your guess is as good as mine. I do not know why they chose the flesh color. Can't believe you commented to that answer. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. You'll be surprised. Currently completely sci-fi. One of the ideas was to harvest the entire asteroid belt to build the satellites and build an automated factory to make new ones on Mercury. I guess this is meant to be a more sci-fi take on space then, which is fine. Fine by me. Hold on, I'm checking something real quick. I was getting messages in the Discord that I share with Hitomi, and she was screaming about a creator that we watch. I'm guessing they posted a new video, and I'm just like, oh no. One fear unlocked. Looks like whatever the update was not good. One fear. I will have to watch later, obviously. I'm streaming. That's a wheel. This is supposed to be a space station. We'll get there at some point. But right now, it just kind of looks like a tan-colored Pokeball. But I have Pokemon brain rot, so maybe I'm the problem. Maybe you're the problem? No, it's the children who are wrong. Now go steal more of their lunch money after beating up their pets. Yeah, man. You're so right. I could never be the problem. Stay away from my dog. I'm not gonna punch your dog. Make big ring, spin it, artificial gravity solves the problem of muscle and bone turning to goo while floating. True. Big ring. The wheel rotates to simulate gravity in the space station. Really? That's fascinating. Maybe having nerds in my chat isn't such a bad thing, but anyway, nerd. What if we all just became space goo? Yeah, what if? What if we just did that instead? I feel like being goo would get rid of a lot of society's problems. I don't know why we haven't thought of this solution sooner.
Thank you so much.
Becoming goo is clearly the move. Chat reflects streamer. No! Walk in and get called a nerd. Nerd! Nerd! Points at you. Nerd! This one isn't sci-fi. We haven't built one yet, but we have the tech. I mean, I believe it. Maybe someday. Also, Josh Knowles, thank you for the $20 tip. Glad you're back. Hope you're refreshed. I am. I feel pretty good. At least compared to where I was, for sure. Yeah. Thank you. It helps, but it doesn't entirely replicate gravity. There's still some issues with long-term space living and weightlessness. I never felt so validated and so offended at the same time before. Thanks, Bruno. No problem, man. That's what it's like here. I will validate you for being a nerd usually, but I will also call you a nerd while doing it. Thanks for the information, Dorkosaurus. I say as if I'm like a Disney sitcom bully. Lovingly. Yes, the combination of derogatory and lovingly. Space station. Are you discussing the expanse and the health issues of those born and raised on space stations? You can if you want. I don't really have an opinion on it, unfortunately. I don't know that much about space and science. I just think it's neat. Wham, 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 wham. Okay. Shuttle. Shuttle. Oh my god, the red dwarf is like so much bigger. Sorry, I saw how big it is and I was like, oh lord. Okay. I guess we'll be doing that at some point. Wowee. If you lived in a post-Earth society and could choose a planet to live on or in the orbit of, which one would you choose? Good question. I think Saturn's kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of neat to be in the vicinity of Saturn. I always thought the fact that it had so many rings was neat. I was like, am I just erasing the number? But then I realized that I must be painting it solid white. I was like, am I just erasing? Wait. Oh, wow. What a pale pink color. My favorite. That's the sauce. The good stuff. That's a pretty answer. Thanks. Loki would go to Pluto to be the king of the short kings, personally. Pluto, since it's not a planet anymore, no one will bother me there. That's very fair. Very isolated from everyone else. Also, lots of short people would be there, I guess. So I guess the only people that would bother you would be the short people. If you're bothered by that kind of thing, I guess. Looks like there will be plenty of other people there. Well, it depends. If they are short, then maybe you will not notice them. Maybe it'll be like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you down there. Whoops, my bad. You know? But if everyone is short as anyone, there would have to surely be the shortest of the short. There would definitely be a new average height, so maybe people who would be considered short on other planets would no longer be considered short on Pluto. But eventually there would have to be someone who is like shorter than the average short person. So that would become the new metric for what is considered short. Because, like, dwarfs will also surely exist, too. You never know. Small on small violence. Everyone is equal for only a short period of time, and then we determine who is considered the new short of the shorts. And then those people get discriminated against for being too short still. Eventually they will have to find Pluto too. This cycle will continue because there will always be someone shorter. Dwarfs living on a dwarf planet or on a dwarf star. Who is the king of the shorts, the tallest or the shortest? The tallest short person. Although you raise a good point. I guess if we're determining a new metric for short, people who would have been considered short somewhere else are now going to be considered one of the tall people. So they're going to have tall people privilege on this new planet that is comprised of people generally much shorter than the average. But then there would be a new average. I think basically what I'm trying to say is this would kind of continue indefinitely. I think you could claim that you're going to a place that's going to not discriminate for your height, but it's always going to end up turning out that way because people cannot resist the urge to make fun of short people. Unfortunately, it is an inherent part of life. I would know from experience. Don't ask me why. I refuse to elaborate. But if they are tall, they wouldn't be short, so how could they be considered a short person? Ugh, my head. That's what I mean. The metrics, like, would be changing in order to suit the new planet. Peace would only be attained for a very short time before people start making the realization, hey, some of you are taller than us. Wait a minute. And the problem would never truly be solved. A short time. Yup. 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 You got me. All ass tail. Shuttle! I did it! This is a spaceship! Hell yeah. I like the defining black outline on this one. Makes it feel very bold. Okay, on to the red dwarf. I am not confident how quickly I will be able to finish this one. Oh my god, please. Please go back. Thank you. We still can't see it because it's up in the air. Speaking of dwarves, yeah, the red one. How many layers is this? Oh, only 20. Never mind. I thought it was going to be bigger. But that many layers isn't that bad. It's not looking very red right now. I would say that's a baby pink. One of my favorite shades. The more saturated the color, the better. Desaturated? Okay. You're an expert at coloring, thank you. Your cozy streamer is an expert at doing something very cozy and simple. It's hard to replicate glowing blindingly bright with just hue. Very true. Red Dwarf is Yuno's codename when shopping involves ketchup. What do you mean? Is the implication that I'm covering myself in ketchup? No further elaboration. Hey, don't speak on behalf of the person I'm asking a question to. It's their choice whether or not they elaborate. Chat learns from streamer. Man. That's true. I did say I would not elaborate a little bit ago. You did learn from me. I did not expect such immediate mirroring. I was about to say metering? Meter? What am I talking about? No, I agree, no elaboration. Oi! We're getting metered in chat. Are we charged by the message or by the character? By the message. If I charged by character, that would make, that would mean that all of your messages would have to be much shorter. But I think it's more so quantity of messages rather than length. Make sure to use up all of your allotted tokens before the end of the stream. They do not transfer. They do not transfer between streams. Ah! Bright! That meme of the guy looking at his fucking phone. Ah! Bright! Oh, thank you for the stretch. Take orb. Can you peel the golden foil off of them and eat them? Yes. You can. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I literally just took a sip of water, but I'll take another one. Monthly budget, shortened words. Yeah. See, the problem is it'll reach a point where I struggle to understand what you guys say. Well, that's why you have to pay for Yuno Hanaki Premium Message Package. But again, it's not based on length, it's based on quantity of messages. So you don't have to worry about your character limit. Unless you're trying to say something that requires multiple messages. Oh my god, it's so bright, my eyes! You cutie pie, thank you. What's included in the package? 500 messages per stream, for the duration of a month. And, hold on, I'm thinking. Having to explain the packages is not my forte. I'm not a saleswoman. 500 messages a stream. And then if you enter a certain code into the chat, your chat will turn into Peggle. And you can play Peggle in the chat. So basically 500 chances to talk to Yuno Hanaki and then also Peggle. I don't know why I thought of Peggle, but sure. Don't give these sites any ideas. They might hear you and implement these. They're not going to be listening to Yuno Hanaki for ideas on how to monetize their platform. I can guarantee you that. We used to include a Tupperware for Puntable, but school started, so she's currently trapped in state-run Tupperware. Yeah, she gets, reduced Tupperware as part of the school system. It used to be free, but you know how it is in Onigashima these days. People actually get to 500 messages per stream. I mean, I was saying this a little bit earlier, but I have a lot of, like, regulars who mostly chat. So I do think, depending on the length of a stream, you could probably get close to 500. That said, I've never really thought to, like, figure out if there's a way I could count messages. I'm not that much of a nerd to, like, figure out if I can count everyone's messages in a stream. 500 seems like a lot. I mean, If you are actively conversing with the streamer and the stream goes for like, what, 3 or 4 hours? I think you could get close. It does kind of depend, though. Because then do we also count messages that are just, like, reacting with emojis? Or emotes? Would that count? I guess it would have to count if we're going purely by quantity. 12-hour marathon streams probably did? Oh yeah, probably. Especially if someone was somehow there the entire time. You can see it on Twitch actually with Mod Vision? Oh yeah, true. I forgot that Twitch actually counts it. You're so right. I forgot that was a feature. Once again, Purple Site proves that its moderation tools are better than YouTube's. YouTube will change literally everything except giving better moderation tools or like anything that benefits creators. YouTube would rather do anything else, including shoving AI down our throats. One of the things I saw when I was checking YouTube during my break was them being like, ask our AI questions about your YouTube analytics and get advice. And I'm just like, I don't want the AI telling me what the fuck to do. How dare you? I don't give a fuck. Caught me out here mentioning a good feature of Twitch. I feel dirty. The push from Google. I know. They're so pissed off that nobody wants to fucking use Gemini that they're trying to find any excuse to make it, like, to, like, shove it down people's throats. It's, like, all over YouTube backend, I swear. Like, we have the AI video suggestions where it, like, takes all of your best content and tries to suggest another video you could make in the same genre. They're introducing AI that, like, takes your streams and finds the best possible moments to turn into shorts and will, like, make the short for you and, like, post it for you. And then, like I said, now they have this thing where it's like, do you have a question about your analytics? Ask Gemini. And I'm just like, why don't you ask these? It's so annoying. Especially because YouTube's motto used to always be broadcast yourself. And yet now they're like, rely on our AI. Truly baffling. Oh. These Gemini? Yes. Of course. I hate Gemini with a passion and I never talk to it, but it shoves it down your throat. Literally bought a new phone and the first thing they wanted me to make is use that piece of shit. Yeah, no, it's so annoying. D's, I haven't met them. Can you introduce me? It is very kind of you to walk into my D's nuts joke. Damn, this shit's bright. I guess that is what a red dwarf is. Amazon, owner of Twitch, is cutting a ton of jobs for AI, so Twitch might be joining the AI garbage service club too. I would not be surprised, honestly. Unfortunate. I can't stand it, dude. Certain things just should not be automated by AI. But everyone just sees the convenience of it and they're like, oh, so we don't have to pay people? We can just contribute to harming the environment? Slay. Been sitting here for a minute. I see we are being AI's biggest haters. Always. Oh, there we go. See, the red dwarf is inside the cage. He's in jail. He's there. Okay. Actual meatball. We put the meat inside the ball. And now it's a meatball. That sphere is way too close to the sun. It's going to melt, but it's fine, Smile. No, even dwarves get put in the sun cage. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It's so stupid. Okay. Anyway, space station time. That's why it makes you laugh. That's true. That's very true. Oh my gosh, I have to make it really tiny in order to see all of it. It's fine. As long as I can still reach them. Well, no I can't. Cool. Alright, sick. Love this for me. Can you rotate so it fits on the screen better? Rotate. Yes. Rotate. This is not my favorite angle. But if it works, it works. Once again realized if I don't like the angle, I could just rotate it more. Basic controls? I'm aware of them. Rotate more? What is this sorcery? I know, right? My favorite angle is acute. So true. Don't be so obtuse about it, though. Wait. Oh god. Yeah, I figured. I was like, where are you hiding? Little gremlin. It's reminding me a lot of when I was building the Wyvern. The Wyvern had a lot of like little hidden pieces like this and required me to make it really tiny so that I could see all of them. I had to like change the order that I was coloring the parts in because it was just easier to stay on the one side. I would not be surprised if that happens again with this one. See? You know what the pro strats? Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm gonna be in the speedrunning category for this game. I'm going to color so fast, so I'm showing you all the pro strats at like an average person's speed, so that way when you see me on the record list for playtime, you will know that you are witnessing a master at work. World record Oni % speed run. Yeah, man. Of course. There we go. This works a bit better.
Up.
There's actually a VOD. You slowed it down to 0.25 so we'd be able to follow her movements. Yeah, actually, I'm moving at the speed of light, normal speed. But I slowed it down so that you guys could understand what I'm doing. If this was the true speed, you would not be able to comprehend how quickly these voxels are being colored. I move at speeds beyond mortal comprehension. Making the solar panels reflect the sun. Yeah, true. What's that called? Ray tracing? They got ray tracing and coloring voxels. I don't know if that's actually what it's called. Don't quote me on that. Also, don't stare at this directly for too long. You could hurt your eyes. Something like that. Something like that. Maybe so. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Hanaki, welcome in. Welcome in. Don't want to get backseated. I'm permanent eye damage now. That wasn't backseating. That was just me telling you what to do. That's different. It's telling you to watch out. Look out. Don't burn your eyeballs. On this dev team, I think it was Bob tracing. True, Ray didn't have anything to do with it. He was on marketing. So true. I shouldn't attribute it to Ray. I'm sorry, Bob. Big fan of the Bob tracing. It's only fair that we give proper credit to the people who worked on this. Up here. And then back this way. Instructions unclear. Ray is taking flack for tracing and plagiarism. No! Ray! No, I'm sorry. Not like this. I'm so sorry. My bad. Ray tracing. I'm gonna fucking... So stupid! Why heat Orpal? Good shades of Orpal, though. I like these. Oh, did I miss one? Yep, I sure did. Tail end over there. Okay, can I do it like this now? A little bit. Are they actually purplish, or is it just the contrast from the dark grays and orange browns? I mean, it looks kind of purple to me. But you're right, it might be more on the gray side. I guess the sun is just another light in the scene and they put a bloom pass on top.
Shh. Don't break our immersion. It's literally the sun.
It's widowy to sun. I don't know what to tell you. Widowy to sunlight. Apologize to Bob. Yeah, Bob worked so hard on the Bob tracing. How could you say it's just a bloom? Widowy, the Bob tracing? Yeah. I called it ray tracing at first, and then we were like, actually, Bob did the work for this game. Ray was just in marketing. So now it's Bob tracing. It's very funny. We have fun here. We tell good jokes. Except Bob's work is not a joke. It looks so purple. I guess it could be gray. Ooh, a lot. Fair enough. Understandable. In that case, we'll take the moon and we'll take the sun. When you take the moon and then you take the moon! There was like a really silly shitpost version of that song. And I only remember the version where he says take the moon twice. And you take the moon, and you take the moon. It's pretty awesome. Clipping that out of context and sending it to Bob. No! Bob! I'm sorry! I taught my class on the marketing midterm now that you mentioned marketing. Oh, congratulations! Hell yeah, super smart. All that studying paid off. My favorite version ends with if you fuck with me, you're gonna get the gun shortly followed by a gunshot. That is pretty good. I do like that. It's very memeable. Some songs I hear a parody and I can never hear the original again in my mind. Oh my god, right? I literally, that happens to me so much. That's exactly what happened to that song. I can only hear the, and you take the moon, and you take the moon. I cannot remember the rest of the song. A good reminder that the ISS is really mostly solar panels. So true. They make it very obvious with the bob tracing. Well, on this one side. They do not have bob tracing on this side. But I guess that's because the sun is over here. Did I miss one? Oh, yeah, I did. Far side. I figured it out. Ba, 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 ba. My favorite is the Shouter X Shika Noko mashup. Really? There's a mashup for that? That makes sense. I don't think I've ever heard that version. These layers are so funky. I'm gonna be stuck with them for a while. Because there's so many. I did not think there were going to be 52 of these. I guess this is a pretty big object, but still. Big. I can add Tuno if you're curious. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know what Tuno Hanaki is gonna have to say about any of this, but... I do love me a good parody mashup slash YouTube poop slash whatever. I do find them very goofy, very silly. In a good way, of course. Oh, I think a lot of these, like, later layers are gonna be pretty simplistic. Just based on the pattern that this is going. Watch me say that, and then it gets, like, way more complicated. And then I'm just like, ah, frick. Me and my big mouth. Oh, we're on the back half of the solar panels. That makes sense. Top half, technically? Whatever.
Whatever. Means the same thing in the end.
I hate how solar panels are useless when the sun goes to sleep. So true. The moon needs to get better at channeling the solar energy. So hard to tell because the bright light from the bob tracing. Bob, I appreciate your work, but it makes it so hard to tell which voxels I've colored. There we go. You just checked this level. You really did. That shine. Whoopee! I built it, though. Bob has a bright future. Yeah, so bright I have to squint.
Ay, ay, ay. Look ya. Next.
Oh, Mars. Ring World? That's not what it's called. Such an awesome builder, just like in Minecraft. I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know what that is. Oomst? Oomst and whatst? Don't know what that is. I do like that this isn't split into, like, multiple long pieces. My nose is itchy. I haven't streamed in a while, so I think this is my body being like, hey, remember your stream allergy? And I'm just like, no, please. I'm just a gal. Stop making my nose itch.
What?
I'll be fine. I can tolerate it. It's just a little annoying. Time to take your meds. No. Yuno is allergic to us. No, I brought this up before, but before I was really able to get my stream stamina to go back up, I used to start developing like really itchy nose. Like not even in my nose, but like outside of my nose, like my nostril area kind of. Like that area would just get super itchy for some reason after I streamed for like 2 hours or so. And it would just get like gradually worse if I tried to push through it. So I would end a lot of my streams early because well, quote unquote early. But that's a lot of the reason why I had that like shorter duration. Because my nose would be like making me freak out and I'd be like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Like I'd just be making a lot of gross noises. I have since figured out that it's because of like talking for an extended period of time, and I think it's also because I do have a bit of a nasally voice. So when I talk, my nose kind of does the like thing. So I think I'm kind of doing it to myself, but also it is what it is. I really should get a humidifier. I've been meaning to. Need to make the air quality in my house better. Probably should get like a purifier or something too. Something that can do both. The bad part of making those noises is they're silly. Put it on throne. Get a Dyson. Yeah, Dyson vacuum. Just vacuum up all of the ick. Vacuum my nose too. Surely that'll solve everything. I just vacuum it out of my nose. Sounds delightful. Yeah. Definitely would not be a bad thing for my nose at all. But yeah, I don't know. My little baby nose will sometimes freak out if I talk too much for a set period of time. But like I said, it's not terrible right now. I'm just starting to feel it again. And I'm just like, she returns. I guess it could also technically be a seasonal thing. So I think it tends to start up again every time it's like fall, winter. But I'll be brave and push through it. Literally so brave. My nose is itching so bad right now and I'm still streaming. As if this is like the hardest thing in the world to do. Ba, 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 ba. I got it, you're allergic to Mariah Carey Awakening. I am not ready. It's only November. I mean, I get it. I understand, like, not many people celebrate, many holidays in November, right? So I understand why people are jumping right to Christmas, but it's also just like, brother, please. It's too early. It's too early. At least wait until the end of November. Like, personally, I think Black Friday is, like, the best time to start putting up your Christmas decorations. Or, like, just overall Thanksgiving break is, like, the best time to start putting up Christmas stuff. Doing the Christmas thing. Global warming thawed the ice ahead of schedule. Not like this. No. Can we put her back in the freezer for just a little bit? problem is Thanksgiving isn't marketable because it's food and people just eat that all the time. Well, I think it's also just not marketable for other reasons, too. Thanksgiving means nothing to me this year since I'll be working. Aw, that's kind of sad. I hope you will still be able to spend a little bit of time with family if you are able, even if it has to be later. We've never really been a big Thanksgiving family. Other parts of the family get together for Thanksgiving. I've never really cared for that. Onimama used to want to go just out of, like, obligation, but she also didn't really care either, so there was a point where we stopped going. We don't really celebrate it in that same way. It's just another day. I would also be in school, usually during Thanksgiving break, back when I was in college. It was like too much effort to go back home for just like a 4-day weekend when I had to be back at school by Monday. Because I went to school out of Onigashima. I was in a different part of the island. So the commute back wasn't really worth it when I had to immediately go back, like, not long after. So I just started spending it on campus, which usually just meant eating whatever I wanted by myself. And then, like, doing whatever I wanted on Black Friday. And then the weekend was just kind of a normal weekend. It wasn't really that different. But I knew a lot of other people who would, like, leave school super early if they didn't already, like, if they didn't have, like, midterms that they had to save for. Like, as soon as they finished their last midterm, they'd be like, all right, bye. So they'd be leaving, like, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, super early. Or I guess more like Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday's not that early, because it's just the day before. But you get what I mean. If I were a college student, I'd go off campus just to steal a few plates of leftovers for a few days. I guess that's fair. I get it. But that's only if you're going, if you're, like, close enough to home. It's not like I'd be able to take the leftovers with me on my commute back to school, so... It was just kind of like, meh, whatever. I've also always been a picky kid, so I didn't really eat a lot of Thanksgiving food. Or, like, the typical Thanksgiving staples. I didn't really eat many of those for, like, most of my childhood. My family actually had to adjust to my picky little palate. Believe it or not, considering I'm a potato fiend now, there actually used to be a point where I didn't really want mashed potatoes either. So I wouldn't even eat mashed potatoes usually. I had to only have, like, very specific food. So I am the reason why we ended up having mac and cheese on Halloween. Thanksgiving. My family did not make mac and cheese for Thanksgiving before. But then me being the picky child I was, that was, like, the only thing I would eat. I don't know why I said Halloween. I guess I was just thinking about it because it just passed. Onimama was always more of a Halloween celebrator, though. She'd go crunk for Halloween. I do not go crunk for Halloween. She loved it. But yeah, when I was a kid, I basically ate, like, none of the typical Thanksgiving staples. I am less picky now, so I eat more of them. But I used to be so freaking picky. college solved that by kicking us out of the dorms. You had to get a waiver to stay. Wow, that's crazy. I've said this before, but on my campus, our dorms were like actual apartment buildings, so they never really kicked us off. I think they also knew that like the break wasn't really much of a break, so they never really worried about it. I also think we didn't have to sign a waiver if we wanted to stay through winter break too, but our winter break was like really long. That would be the one break I'd go home for. I also sometimes went home for spring break, but in my last couple of years of college, I chose to just stay on campus for that too. And I would just use the week to explore, go on like little day trips or whatever. I miss it. This part of Onigashima is not nearly as fun to explore. Someday when I am a big kid again. With big kid money. We'll go to a more fun to explore part. This is, I think, a meatball. No, this is not a meatball. This is a hot dog with cheese inside. You guys know about those? The cheese dogs? This is a cheese dog. When I started college, it was quarters, not semesters, so Thanksgiving week was the quarter break. Oh wow, you guys still split it into quarters? That's crazy. Yeah, it was semesters. For me all the way through. I guess the Thanksgiving break was kind of like a quarter break, because it would fall around the same time as midterms, and then December would be when finals were, kinda. Our time frame for semesters, or at least the first semester, was always kind of funky. Second semester always made more sense to me timing-wise. Overall timing of the first semester was always a bit weird. Just because of holiday placements. But also, it was a art school, so we didn't really have traditional, like, midterms and finals, usually. We were more so concerned about finals. Cheese Smokies, my beloved, I love you even if you give me third-degree burns in my mouth. You're so real for that. Used to make homemade corn dogs with those. Ugh, yum. Sounds delicious. So itchy. I'm fine. But yeah, back to the base point, I guess. I understand that Thanksgiving's not really as marketable as Christmas is. But I also think there's just less and less people celebrating Thanksgiving in general now. So it kind of makes sense to start jumping to Christmas. And I guess you can never be too prepared for something like Christmas. If you celebrate it, of course. Not everybody does. If there were two holidays that Onimama cared about, it was always Halloween and Christmas. She would go crunk for both. But she had a policy of wanting to keep her Halloween decorations up until Thanksgiving slash Black Friday time. And then it would be like part of the celebration to start taking all of it down and replacing it with the Christmas stuff. It was part of the vibe. We sent one of our own to possess a feather to tickle your nose. No! Don't do that! Rude. Are you the type to leave the lights up all year? Yeah. Okay, I don't like that I do it. It's just, it was such a pain in the ass to put them up. It then sucks to have to take them down. Do you get what I mean? Like, I usually wait until, like, after New Year's to start, like, finally putting shit away. But, like, especially during, like, the later years when Onimama was, like, super ill and couldn't really help with decorating it all, I would have to do all of it myself, so I'd have to get all of it out from storage, and then I'd have to bring it up the stairs, and then I'd have to decorate by myself, and I don't really have that kind of aesthetic sense. And then I'd have Onimama there barking orders at me, and I'd be like, please? Let me do this? But we'd leave them up until, like, past New Year's. After New Year's is when you can start taking them down. In the later years, we decorated less and less because I hated doing it so much. So now, all I have is, like, the little fiber optic tree, like, on a table. And it has some decorations with, like, Christmas Pushin keychains that I got in blind boxes. And then fiber optic lighting, and that's it. That's all. There's Christmas. And it does kind of suck, because we have a lot of Christmas decorations that are now just, like, sitting in the garage untouched, but... Still. But no, I try to at least, like, kick my ass into gear after the new year to like, put it away, because it is a bit of an eyesore any other time of year. But I guess now that it's just me here, it really only is, like, a me problem. So there have been times where I've been like, meh, and I just don't really worry about it. It's just funny thinking about Oni celebrating Christmas lore-wise. No, for real, I do understand. Because Christmas isn't really, like... Well, it's somewhat religious-coded in Japan. But, like, usually it's just used for couples. It's not really considered, like, a big to-do in the same way that it is for families elsewhere. Planet. Can't really be bothered to decorate anymore. It's understandable. That's how it was last year, for sure. I had thought about decorating, but I just couldn't bring myself to. And then I ended up, like, literally not doing anything for Christmas. I went to the family celebration that we always have on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day I did literally nothing. And that was kind of it. And sometimes it be like that. Plus Christmas cake and fried chicken. Very true. I wish we could do fried chicken on Christmas. That's just because I like fried chicken. I'd love an excuse to have a bunch of it. Nom 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 nom. Oh, there's a ominous shadow. Huh, I wonder what that is. It's dark now. You can actually see the glow on some of the stuff, though, so that makes it neat. sec. Okay. I think this is probably a good place to call it, though. Mostly because my start dinner alarm is gonna go off in like 15 minutes. So, I think we will stop with the voxels here. We're like halfway through, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have like 7 more in this section. So, this feels like a good stop point, so that way I'm not just doing like 2 and then having to go to a new one. It was good seeing you after so long? Yeah! It was good seeing you guys too. I did miss you guys while I was on my break. I had to do a lot of deep thinking, and I know me coming back and not being like back to the full grind that I was on might be a bit of a bummer, but I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to, you know, do what I need to do to lock in on the stuff that I want to lock in on, because I think it will be overall helpful for my brain. At least for the time being. Honestly, whenever 2.0 can finally roll around and show itself, we might go back to being full throttle. I don't know. Currently, I just know that, like, in my heart, at least, I need to have the steps back. Take it a little bit more easy. So, I appreciate the grace for that. But don't worry, Patreon will still be updated at the same frequency that I had promised, and what else did I want to say? I still think 5 streams a week is not terrible. It's less than what I had been doing, kind of, but I still think it's not terrible. So, I hope that you guys can be okay with it. That said, Onimon tomorrow, we'll be yapping, as we always do. We'll probably use the pink room, because I haven't gotten a chance to just sit and yap, because I was literally jumping right into gaming after the Chibi debut. But we'll hang out in the pink room and yap. And then Tuesday, I have a plan for a game. It was initially going to be Chrono Trigger, but I have a game I got a code for that I need to cover at some point, so... we'll probably do that instead. And I guess Chrono Trigger will be next week. Next week, Tuesday. Not this week, Tuesday. But I'm going to try and endurance that one to finish it next time I pick up Chrono Trigger again. So, we'll see. It might start early, and then I'll just try and push as long as I can to finish Chrono Trigger. Just to get it off the docket, finally. And then, that's about it. Because after that, that's when the 3-day of break starts. And then again, additional reminder, the 3 days of break will not always be, like, contentless, Yuno-less. I am going to work out some form of schedule to, like, start making shorts or, like, making more, like, edited content so that there's, like, something there to tide you over until the next streams on Saturday. And Saturday will be the same as they were. It'll be Twitch only and then members. So, hopefully that's okay. We'll see how this works. If I end up not liking it, this could easily change. We'll find out. And the 3 days that I have off too might not always be fully off because Hitomi and I were talking about maybe doing a collab stream on Wednesday because the new peak update is rolling out. But that's a maybe. I'm not fully certain on it yet. I have to rediscuss it with her. But okay. For now, that does it for me. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu! Oh, good timing. The piano ended too.